Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name once again is Celestial T888, and today we will be doing your monthly reading. Now, in addition to using the Mystic Fate Tarot deck as a part of your monthly reading, we will also be using the Psychic Tarot deck, Oracle deck. We're just going to be pulling a couple of cards. We'll also be using the Moonology Oracle deck, just a card, and as well as the Romance Angels Oracle deck to pull any romance advice from the Romance Angels. These are the decks that we will be using for this reading, and now without further ado, let us begin. Alright, Aquarius, these are your cards, and this is your general reading for the month of September 2022. Now, first impressions, Aquarius, I am definitely getting the feeling that, especially for some of you during the start of the month, and it could be at any point in the month, but particularly for the collective, I want to say a lot of you for the start of the month of September, you might be having an opportunity to meet somebody new. Now, that could be for a romantic sense, for a social sense, or just, a work partnership kind of thing. But the first card you have is the Two of Cups. And the Two of Cups definitely shows that, there is an opening during this month, and again, it could be at any point in the month because we're all on different cycles. We're all on different pathways. But sometime this month, you are definitely going to meet somebody new, or if they're not new, meet somebody that you already know, but you maybe haven't considered for a partnership because of this, that, and the third. And again, it could be romantic, it could be social, it could be business related, but you'll definitely have this person coming in at some point this month, Aquarius. Next card you have is the King of Swords, and I feel as if the King of Swords is this person's energy for the most part. They're very rational, they're very decisive, they're very efficient in what they do. They'll look at a project and have it done before you even explain what the project is supposed to be. They have this kind of energy. Now, if this is somebody who you're working with, they're definitely going to be a good person for you to work with, Aquarius, because they're definitely going to have things done really quickly before you even know it. And if this person is like a partner for you, in a romantic sense, it might be good for you to have that too, depending on the kind of person you are. You might need somebody in your life who's just very rational, very to the point, and can get things done very quickly. Now, next card you have, Aquarius, is the World card. So this tells me, Aquarius, that a lot of you in the collective, maybe not everybody, but a lot of you in the collective are completing a cycle or on the verge of completing a cycle. Maybe you've finished a project that you've been needing to get done for a while, or maybe you've started something new in your life. So whatever things you were doing before is now over, and now you're starting something new. For some of you, this might not be what you have right now, and maybe you have to look for your next challenge. Definitely, I feel that for some Aquarius. And again, this is a general reading. You can always check for your sun, moon, or rising if this doesn't apply to you. But for the collective, Aquarius, you guys are completing a cycle, or have already completed a cycle. And definitely the world says to, enjoy, congratulate yourself on what you have done before you move on to the next thing. So I want to say for you, Aquarius, you got to take the time to celebrate the accomplishments that you have, before you moving on to the next to the next project or what have you, because you don't, maybe it's just trying to say you don't really take the time to congratulate yourself on doing a good job. So now the world is saying, can just take the time to congratulate yourself on doing a good job. And again, this is a general reading. It could be within any aspect of your life. Maybe it's a work aspect, maybe it's a school aspect. It's that time of year where school is starting. Maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's just spending time with your friends, what have you. It's like I'm not gonna know for each individual, but it's just definitely saying this. Take the time to like congratulate yourself, and because you have completed a cycle, or at least you're on the verge of completing a cycle, and if you haven't completed a cycle, or even like feel as if you're close to completing a cycle, maybe this card is saying, to look for challenges so that you can get to that feeling eventually, Aquarius. Next card you have is the Queen of Cups. Now, the Queen of Cups is definitely somebody who, is very lovable, even though love is like doesn't really show love easily. This card, for some of you Aquarius people, maybe this is your energy. Maybe you're not necessarily very showy in your love, so like maybe that's why the King of Swords person is kind of good, because they're more rational or anything. It's not as if you can't love or anything, it's just that you don't necessarily show it in the most conventional ways, Aquarius. Or maybe it could be the opposite. You could be the more rational person, and the other person just has that energy, and it doesn't really matter of gender. It's just energy that you guys particularly have. So again, I want to say this is going into whatever partnership that you're gonna have this month, whether it's romantic or otherwise. This is kind of like the fluctuating feelings that you're gonna be dealing with when you're with this person, when you're dealing with this person. The next card you have, Aquarius, is the King of Wands. And I want to say for you, Aquarius, the King of Wands is here. It's just a warning to just, as much as it could be good to fixate on a project until it's done, don't fixate so much on one project that you're leaving everything out of balance in your life. I definitely think that this card is just kind of a warning for that. Like, you might have enthusiastic energy about like one particular part of your life, but you kind of like let everything kind of go by the wayside so that you can like use all of your energy into it. So like, I want to say the King of Wands is definitely saying, yeah, just be careful with making sure you keep everything balanced, Aquarius. Next card is the Eight of Swords. Now, again, at some point this month, maybe it's more towards the end of the month for the collective Aquarius, but at some point this month you're gonna feel like you're tied up, bound, and everything. I definitely think that this card is just trying to warn you of that feeling coming, and to make sure that you have something that you can focus on so that you can get yourself out of that feeling this month, Aquarius. For some of you, this might be in the middle of the month. I don't necessarily think it's towards the end for everybody. I think it's more like towards the middle for the majority of people. Again, everybody's on a different journey, and if this doesn't apply to you, you can always check the other videos. But this is what I am getting for this pile, Aquarius, for you for the month. Now let's get on to your psychic oracle cards and see what you have. Your first card is balance. And again, like, this is what I'm saying with the King of Wands from before. It's not, you just have to remember to balance out everything. So let's say, as an example, if you're really excited about your new relationship with that person, for whatever reason, you're having that new relationship, don't be so excited and just put all your focus and energy into that relationship and just forget about everybody else in the process, because at the end of the day, that's gonna make you out of balance. Like, it's like very, and it can happen very quickly. It might happen slowly, but it will happen where you just suddenly realize that, hey, I'm out of balance. So I believe this card is definitely here to remind you, Aquarius, to stay in balance. And your next card is fulfillment of wishes. So whatever wish that you've been waiting to be fulfilled, Aquarius, I definitely think that at some point this month it's going to be fulfilled. It might be a big wish, it might be a small wish, and a small wish is still a wish being fulfilled no matter what. So you guys do have wish fulfillment coming to you this month. So remember, Aquarius, remember to keep yourself balanced, and remember that you will have a fulfillment of wishes at some point this month. Now next, let's get your Moonology card for your moon advice for the month. And you have prosperity lies ahead, new moon in Taurus. So I definitely, again, feel as if you guys are going to be having a decent month, Aquarius. You guys are definitely, again, if you haven't already started something new or completed something, it's happening. So like you're definitely coming into an easier time period with this new moon and Taurus. Just again, remember what I've said, of course, about the balancing and everything. But you guys, like I said before, you have prosperity lies ahead. So like the good things are coming for you, Aquarius. And finally, we have our romance angel cards. Let's just set this down. Your first card is worth waiting for. So Aquarius, if you happen to be single and watching this, and maybe you've been waiting for the perfect person in your life to show up, again, like I said earlier, you do have somebody coming in, and whether that is just business or just a new friend, or if it does turn romantic, you might find that they have been worth waiting for. Like maybe you've been single for a long time, or maybe just longer than you would have wanted to be single for, and you now realize once you've met this person that they were worth waiting for, because divine timing is at work with your love life right now. So again, maybe this is the person from this month showing up right now. Maybe it's somebody who's gonna come in later down the line, and you're kind of annoyed that you have to work and wait for them. But this card is here to tell you that this person is worth waiting for, because yes, this is your soulmate. So for those of you, again, who are single, who aren't in relationships right now, if you are in a happy relationship and you're perfectly content, please do not take this as a reason to leave your relationships. This is like, this doesn't have to apply for you. But again, especially for those of you who've started new romantic relationships, you guys have a high potential this month for this person to be your soulmate, because it says, yes, this is your soulmate. So and getting to know this person, you find that they were worth waiting for, and that it just feels really good. It feels really compatible. They feel like the kind of person that you want in your life. You have a high chance that this person is your soulmate. So congratulations on that, Aquarius. You'll have a chance this month for your soulmate to come, because again, they were worth waiting for at the end of the day. All right, Aquarius, it feels like that is your reading for the month. Remember, again, because I feel as if I have to say this, remember to keep things in balance at the end of the day. Definitely, I know maybe it's going to be exciting to meet somebody new, for whether it is for social reasons, like friendships, maybe business partnerships, because that is also there, maybe romantic partnerships. But just remember to keep yourself balanced. I feel as if I have to say that before I end this. So again, okay, Aquarius, that is your reading for this month. If you haven't already, please like, share, subscribe, comment to help the channel grow, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.